Texas versus Ashley Caballero. And probation, this is an application. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Angela Blick.
And are you Miss Caballero?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement.
The judge noticed something wasn't adding up. 7 children, yet not one was living with their mother. Clip.
Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Caballero, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Of the indictment?
Yes, sir.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years at the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just request the court waive or probate the entire fine.
All right, the court will probate the fine. Ms. Caballero, how many children do you have?
I have 7.
7? Everyone, please whisper. And what are their ages?
I have 18, 17, 16, 11, 10, 9, and a 7.
Wait, 11, 10.
9,
9.
and 7.
All right, and now you have a baby on the way?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're 18, 17, 16, 11, 10, 9, and 7. Where are they?
My 3 oldest are with their dad. My 10-year-old and my 9-year-old are adopted by my cousin. My 11-year-old and my 7-year-old are adopted by my brother.
So because you're saying adopted, I'm assuming there was a CPS case? And what happened with the CPS case?
I voluntarily signed over my rights.
All right, what were they asking you to do that you did not do?
I didn't comply.
She claimed it was only a housing issue, but the judge knew the CPS system and immediately challenged her story.
With my house service, I needed 1 room to be completed, and it wasn't completed on time. So
Child Protective Services does not have you signing away your rights because of place.
I was doing everything I was supposed to. It's just, my house wasn't completed to get my kids back on time. So it was either the state took them or they voluntarily signed for my rights.
Child Protective Services, that's not the way it works. The way Child Protective Services works. And I will tell you, I think your attorney may have handled Child Protective. You have not?
Not never.
All right. I've handled plenty of Child Protective Services cases. And what you're telling me, that's not the way it works. You know how it works? They give you a year to get your life together to try to get your children back. And what ends up happening is you have a babysitter for free for a year. And what they want you to do is not use drugs.
Mm-hmm.
They want you sober. They want you to have a place for your children. They want you to be able to financially support your children. Now, if your housing is not ready, because they help you get housing.
Yes, it was just that's what it was, the placement, my housing. It was just, they said that one of the rooms wasn't completely finished because I had to rebuild my rooms.
No, let me just tell you, what you're telling me now is not true. And let me tell you why I say it's not true. Now, that may be a part of it, but that's not the whole reason, because I just told you, Child Protective Services, if you need housing for your children, guess what? They will help you get housing for your children. If there's a problem with the house where you're staying at, where maybe it's not up to code, guess what? Child Protective Services will help you get your house up to code. They do all of that. But if your house is not up to code, if you're moving a man in that you're not supposed to be moving in, and if you're still doing drugs, no, Child Protective Services is not giving your child back. And they will give you a year to get your act together. And if you have your act together within that year, but you still need a little thing, like, for example, you're telling me you need your housing, they will extend it. So the fact that all these children you have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you.
Then came the hard truth. The judge questioned why every child had been adopted. The courtroom grew silent.
Don't have any of them in your custody and all of them were adopted out. That tells me not only did you not do anything within a year, And the fact that they didn't extend you, because it doesn't sound like they extended you, that means that you were not doing anything. And now you're about to have another child. Are you employed?
No,
When's the last time you had employment?
5 years ago,
I'm sorry,
5 years ago.
5 years ago. And is the father of this child the same father of your other children?
No, ma'am.
Who's the father of the 18-year-old?
His dad, Christopher
Christopher?
Solis.
So Christopher is the father of 18, 17, and 16-year-old? Who's the father of the 11-year-old?
Daniel Delaveris,
Who's the father of the 10 and 9-year-old?
the same.
And the 7-year-old?
Same.
And
Her biggest secret was finally exposed. She admitted to using meth every day. The entire case changed in seconds.
this child.
No, not this one.
So how often are you using meth?
Well, I was using it often when they took away my kids, but when I signed them over,
See, now this is where the dishonesty come in. I asked you, why were your rights taken away from you? And what did you tell me? Housing. And I even told you, I've done CPS cases and they don't just take it away for housing. Now you come back with, I was using when they took my children away and I signed.
after I got my kids taken from me.
Yeah.
That's when I
So,
started using meth.
How many times were you using meth?
After they took my kids, I was using it on everyday thing.
All right. And how many times were you using it before CPS even got involved in
I
your life?
wasn't using nothing
Oh, so why did CPS get involved in your life?
because my daughter had an accident.
Which daughter?
My youngest, my 7-year-old.
What
The judge didn't hold back. She said the children deserved stability and ordered strict probation instead of prison.
accident did she have?
She fell from the second floor balcony to down the second floor balcony under the father's watch.
Okay. So let me explain something to you. Children cannot support themselves. And it appears to the court that you're just having children and allowing somebody else to support them. For example, if I were to have a child, I can't say, oh, cute baby, and then put them at Travis Park and say, good luck to you. And that's what you've been doing with all of your children. You haven't raised a single one of them and you haven't been working. So let me just tell you, I'm gonna help you with that. And I don't know why you're getting attitude with me. You haven't raised any of your children. None of your children are with you. You have an 18-year-old, 17. Here's the thing. You have an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 11-year-old, 10-year-old, 9-year-old, 7-year-old, and none of them are with you. You're not raising them. You haven't been working. You just told me in 5 years. You haven't been financially supporting any of them. Now you have a baby on the way. But I'm going to help you with that. So I'm going to sentence her to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's going to be a TAP evaluation in custody. And she's to follow all recommendations of TAP. Other than this felony case, does she have any other felonies?
Drug treatment, parenting classes, random testing. Every condition was designed to rebuild her life. This was her final opportunity.
Not on her, well, pending, Your Honor, or in her record.
On her record.
I believe she has one other felony. on
For
her
what?
record. I'm not,
Unauthorized use of a vehicle.
okay, I know it's a state jail felony, Your Honor. She says unauthorized use.
All right, she's going to do a TAP evaluation in custody. All the recommendations will be followed. If TAP says that she's not to do inpatient treatment before she's released, we're going to come back to court and find out what treatment program she needs to be in with whatever treatment court that's available. You're going to get employment. Proof of it. And I understand if it ends up being a difficult pregnancy, which I hope it will not be,
It already is.
then we will do something about the employment. I know my mom worked until 9 months.
I know she's explained to me she's already a high risk.
All right. There's going to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. And if she can't work, then she'll need to find she need to have a doctor's excuse. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Once she's released, I'm going to want random field visits. 1 time per month until further notice. We're going to do the UA hotline until further notice. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Make sure that's intensive parenting classes. And once she completes that, the community service hours will be waived. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. She is not allowed to reside in any home with minors. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. How far did you go in school?
I went up to the 10th grade
Why didn't you graduate?
because I was going down the route path.
Okay. And do a gang evaluation on her, please. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
Before ending the hearing, the judge delivered one final lesson. Responsibility begins with honesty, and children deserve parents who show up.
Anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, and did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I know you probably say Stephanie Boyd is being hard on me, but somebody needs to be hard on you because you just can't go through this world having children and wanting somebody else to support them. And that's what's been happening. You can't go through this world and not have employment. The only people who are allowed to not really have employment are eccentric, wealthy people because they already have the money, but you're going to have to get a job. You can't be finding yourself now. You know the reason why you don't have time to find yourself? Because you have all these children and you continue to have more children. So it's going to have to stop. You understand?
Yeah. I do.
All right, good luck to you. And 24 CR 006896, State of Texas versus Pedro Solis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Erickson.
Defense.
Howdy, Joe Stenberg, representing Mr. Solis.
And are you Mr. Solis?
Correct.
You entered a plea of no contest. Just one moment. You entered a plea of no contest on August 20th, 2024. The state waived the enhancement. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court found you guilty. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 7 years in the prison. The state is silent on your applications, and this is to run concurrent with any parole case you may have. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state? Defense?
No,
All right, state is silent. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
no, just the report.
All right, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, he's been approved for the drug programs,
I'm sorry, what?
DDRF and MIC. He's been approved by the probation department. He's never had a drug intervention type program before. He says he's motivated and he knows he has a drug problem and he would like help.
All right, anything you wish to say?
Yes, I know.
All right, you'll raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
I'd like to first apologize for making the wrong choice in life, doing drugs. I've never had the opportunity to ever, have the help. I've always had the support of my family, but again, I've always made the wrong choice in life, and I just need help in, being able to kick this drug habit of mine that I have.
All right. So your criminal history, that's something I have to take in consideration. I take in consideration everything.
Would you like to report?
So, sorry?
Would you
Oh, I
like-
have it.
Okay.
So with your criminal history, you had from 1998 graffiti under $500. They placed you on deferred adjudication. That was revoked. If you would have told them, even in 1998, if you would have told them you had a drug problem, they probably would have given you treatment. Then in 1999, you had a theft case. You were placed on 1 year probation. If you would have told them you had a drug problem, they probably would have given you treatment. Then in 2000, you had a theft case. You were given 8 months probation. If you would have told them you had a drug problem, they would have given you treatment. Then you had an attempt to hinder apprehension on 2001. You're given probation. If you would have told them you had a drug problem, you probably would have been given drug treatment, and you were revoked on that probation. Then in 2002, you had an evading detention. You were given jail time. Then in 2004, you had an assault bodily injury. You were given probation. Again, during that time, most definitely in 2004, people knew the issues of people addicted to drugs. If you'd have told them you had a drug problem, they would have given you help. And for that one, you were sentenced to 5 months in the jail. Then in 2007, February, you had a marijuana case, 60 days jail. August 2007, another possession of marijuana case, 6 months in jail. January 2009, possession of marijuana, that was dismissed. Then in 2009, you had a criminal mischief, 58 days jail. Then in 2017, you had an assault bodily injury family household, dismissed. They convicted you of something else. Then in 2018, you had a terroristic threat of family or household. That was dismissed and you were convicted of another offense. Then in 2006, and in 2006, definitely people were trying to give people treatment if they had drug issues. You had a possession case. You were placed on probation for 2 years. That was revoked. You were sentenced to 6 months in the state jail facility. And then you had a violation bond, protective order, assault, stalking in 2014. And I know definitely in 2014, if you had a drug issue, people would give you help for that. Because at that time, I was an attorney in felony drug court. And you were given 5 years probation, and that was revoked. And then 2018, you had a robbery case, and you were given 2 years in TDC. And even at the prison, if you have a drug or alcohol problem, definitely in 2018, if you tell them you have a drug or alcohol problem, they'll put you in one of their programs. And then you had a evading arrest in 2018, and it was dismissed, convicted other, and I'm making the assumption that the other was the robbery case. And then in Hayes County, 2006, you had a reckless driving. That was 30 days in the jail. I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. I always internalize everything that's being said to me and I review everything. And then in the PSI report, they said that you minimized your guilt. And sometimes I consider when people say people are minimizing their guilt, to me, that's sort of subjective, unless you come out and say, none of this is my fault, you know? All right. So the court is previously stated, court is finding you guilty. And according to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 7 years in prison. Counsel, do you wish to speak to the cap?
Is probation off the table?
Yes.
Well, yes, the minimum. I mean, a lot of the stuff you read was years and years ago. I don't remember what I did in 2006 and 2005. I was probably guilty of something,
Okay.
but I don't think those should really be held against him, but anyway, he admits he's got a drug problem, and he is. Right now, he's standing before you an addict, but for that, he wouldn't be here today. So I would suggest the minimum and let him get this treatment. I think they give you treatment a year before you get out.
And my understanding is the paroled case will
Oh.
be the violation bond stalking. Sir, is that correct?
Right.
All right, that's the one that you're on parole for? Okay. All right, the court is going to find you guilty, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2014 CR 8908. And that's your parole case. And just in case it is not the correct number, I'm going to put in here, it's to run concurrent with parole as well. The court is going to sentence you to 7 years in the prison. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
That's your part.
And did you understand it? All right, and did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? And I'll recommend the therapeutic community. It doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but if you have a drug or alcohol problem, perhaps they can help you. They may not accept you because of your affiliations, but they definitely won't accept you if you don't ask, okay? And when you're released from the prison, if I'm still here and you're trying to find a place, if you're truly true about wanting to improve yourself, if you're trying to find a place for rehab or mental health, come back here and I'll pick up the phone and call somebody to help you, okay?